Jo Lugo. Hey, girl. It's been such a pleasure and an honor to know and to walk with you these past 4 years. I first met Jo in 2010 and was immediately struck by her poor social skills. As is so often the case with people touched by genius. You see, Jo graduated cum laude from her undergraduate in only 2.5 years, which, let's face it, doesn't seem normal or healthy. Further proof of her brilliance was the fact that she was one of our inaugural GAT scholars while working on her master's degree. She completed this degree by adapting, writing, and directing Dirty Girls, a cast show where she used the epic-style theater techniques of Bertolt Brecht, coupled with the theory of gender performativity of Judith Butler, to explore and to critique the iconicity of the mudflap girl's silhouette. It was, without question, one of the most beautiful shows I've ever had the pleasure to witness. But she used a lot of big words to describe it in her thesis, which she successfully defended this past summer before joining our faculty as an instructor this year. Despite my role as her major professor, I've often had to call upon other personae that Jo respects to provide the deterministic screen that adequately represents Jo's own prodigy status. One of her favorites is noticed feminist ally, critic, and sometimes Hollywood film actor Ryan Gosling. You'll remember that he's the subject of feminist Ryan Gosling, which is the only book we're allowed to have in our main office. I know some of you are probably wondering why I'm holding up a picture of my own face. Remember that when performing, according to Richard Schechner, it's not me, but it's obviously not me. Our office conversations would often go like this. Jo would come into my office, frustrated about my lack of general intellect, and inability to properly provide her feedback. I would answer with this cutout and obtuse dialogue from The Notebook, because it's the only film Jo considers, and I quote, pure cinema. Jo would say something about my inadequacy as an editor, and I would answer, why didn't I write you? Why? It wasn't over for you? You waited for over 7 years? I wrote you 365 letters. I wrote you every day for a year. It wasn't over. It still isn't over. This would seem to placate her. Sometimes she'd ask me questions about her future or why she was even in graduate studies at all. She'd already learned enough to teach me twice over. I would answer, you're bored! You're bored and you know it, and you wouldn't be there if there wasn't something missing. Will you do something for me? Please? Will you just picture your life for me? 30 years from now? 40 years from now? What's that look like? Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking what I want, that he wants, what you want. Want. What do you want? What do you want? I still don't know what she wants, but I know congratulations are surely in order. Whether it's a PhD or working with performance art collectives like Denton's own Spider House Salon, or teaching experimental theater to underprivileged children in places like the Jubilee Theater in Waco, you're going to be just fine. You'll be fine because you'll be there. And that faith sustains me, and it should you. I've been tremendously blessed to have you in my life, Joanna. As Ryan might put it. Hey girl! Derrida thinks language is fluid enough to break the gender divide, but I can't imagine a world where we could get even closer.